Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is Knack. We do have live tournament or show match action coming at you right now. It is going to be NMxMaSa and Sikari. His name here on the American server is CZAC, which is his clan tag, or team tag, I should say. Base, or Bass. I'm not entirely sure which, but he does go by Sikari, is what he wants me to call him. That's what he told me in our tournament the other night. And I asked him there in the chat again, and Sikari is what he wants to go by, so I believe that is what he is on, or that's his name on the Korean server. That's his pro-Korean name. But a phenomenal player here in Sikari. He's going to be a Zerg player, so we've got another TVZ coming at you. We need to get a Protoss matchup here tonight before the night's over. But NMxMaSa is purple, Terran, kicking it down here at the 8 o'clock position. Up here at the 2 o'clock, it is going to be Sikari spawning as our red Zerg. They are on GSL's Antigua. It does force cross-position spawns. And we've got the supply depot going down for NMxMaSa. Appears to be in great time. Pretty good stuff. It looks like, wow, Sikari going to head out with a drone scout. Now, he is scouting this bottom position, so I'm guessing maybe he doesn't know that it forces cross-position spawn. No, he's headed cross-position with this guy, so maybe he's just keeping this guy out of the way, just in case, or maybe he knows something I don't. But I've seen a lot of guys do that, and most of those people should know that this is a cross-position spawn only map. But regardless, we are going to get the scout out from Sikari. Where is he going? There he goes. Looks like a misclick there potentially. But 15 supply. Sikari is going to go for a fast expand here. Hatch first at 15 supply, and it's going to go down here at just about any moment. There it goes, and it looks like we're going to see 2 racks play out of NMxMaSa here. Some early 2 racks pressure, but he is going to be grabbing that refinery as well. Does have that down in great time. Notice he's got his barracks back here in the back of his main. So either going to be a 1-1-1 here, like he did in that last matchup, or he's going to go for some early racks pressure. Nope, Tech Lab going down. It's going to start out with some Hellion. I'm not Hellions, but Reapers. Goodness. Oh, I get those confused. But there we go. Tech Lab has gone down. No second gas quite yet, so no super fast tech. But yeah, we're going to have at least those Reapers out here in just a moment. Look at that, completed, and here we go. It is going to be, guess what? A Reaper. Back over here on Sikari's side of the map, it is going to be that hatchery. 3/4 of the way complete. We do have the spawning pool almost as fast there. He's about halfway done. And on the units tab, 17 to 15 in favor of Sikari on that harvester count. However, NMxMaSa does have a mule, and that is going to make up the difference there. Absolutely going to give him an advantage as well. And he does have his natural going down in great time. Very early timing here from NMxMaSa. Now, he does have that first Hellion. Or not Hellion, I keep getting these guys confused for some reason. First Reaper out on the field. Looks like this guy going to start cruising out across that field. Should be able to get a decent amount of damage done. He's going to catch Sikari with, you know, not quite prepared for this, but we'll see how he is going to prepare. Does have a couple. Ooh, we could see a bunker go down still. Oh, SCV lives! That is unbelievable. NMxMaSa got to be careful. Looks like he is going to have to back out those lings. Too much to deal with. Sikari at the ready. What can I say? Beautiful defense. And NMxMaSa, though, not ready to give up. Looks like he's going to cruise back in here. Just to poke around, trying to force his opponent to pick up extra units where possible. Notice that we have transitioned out of that tech lab. We're going to go for a reactor here. He's going to switch that factory over. Another command center going down, and NMxMaSa going to take a very fast third. He's getting his third down well before the 6-minute mark. This is crazy, man. Nice little macro style of play here from NMxMaSa. He's going to have that next command center now turning into an orbital in phenomenal time. He's not bothering with this extractor quite yet. Maybe wants to worry about that here in just a little while, but for now, he doesn't really need to. He's just going fast eco. With that third command center now going down. Here comes your Hellions. He's going to just maintain map control, force his opponent to defend here for a little while he gets his economy up and roaring. Checking on that units tab one more time. 28 drones there for Sikari. He's in phenomenal shape there. NMxMaSa at 23 SCVs. He is going to have double the mules and about to be triple the mules here in just a second. So, looking to be in great shape. Actually, I take that back. I don't know if he's going to turn this into an orbital command or not. He may fly it out, take this position, this forward position, and turn it into a planetary. Who knows? I doubt it, but it is definitely a possibility. But we'll check that out here in just a moment. We should see the turn any moment. But back here, we've got your Hellions and a Reaper cruising around. Queen's going to stave these guys off. Oh, and the Reaper does go down. Nice little pick there from Sikari. Looks like a Hellion almost dying as well. And MxMaSa is going to have to back out there. Nice little defense with the Queens there. Macro Hatch going down here for Sikari, and he appears to be in just fine shape defensively. Looks like a second Spine Crawler going to be at the ready, and I like it. I like this play from both of these guys right now. Sikari slightly ahead in the supply count, not by tons. MxMaSa going to be kicking at his heels. Notice he does have Siege Tech on the way and some tanks. It's going to start gearing up in a very big way. Here comes a couple Marines. They are going to go ahead and blast this Overlord to pieces. So Sikari not going to get much extra scouting in this main, but he did see a little bit. Does see the factory and the tech lab on the factory, so knows that tanks are going to be at the ready here just a little while. Look at this. He's also scouting all these barracks going down, so he's actually catching wind of a lot here. I would like to see MxMaSa take this extractor out. Looks like there he goes. Going to take it down right now. Good time to delay or deny some of that extra scouting. More gas going down here for MxMaSa. Looks like he's going to gear up for his solid 2-base play for just a little while. He does have his third orbital command at the ready, but not flying it out quite yet. He's going to bide his time here. Doesn't want to get too aggressive with moving it forward. He doesn't want to spread his buildings too thin. But he keeps them close, makes it a little bit easier to defend. Plus, he gets plenty of mules coming down from this. So, I mean, he's getting all of the value out of it right now while he's getting these first two bases up and saturated in a very big way. Here comes some more Hellions, or it's actually the same two, but MxMaSa cruising forward with them. He is taking a slight supply lead here. That's one of the things you've always got to remember, too, about MxMaSa is that this guy, when he's in production mode, he does not skip a beat on anything. Gets that production always where it needs to be. Looks like MxMaSa in pretty good shape here. He's still producing tanks and a whole bunch of Marines. He's going to be grabbing out tech. Stimpak it is for now. Looks like a starport going down as well. We're going to add some heal into that army. Sikari cruising around with some wings here. Just going to maintain map control. He's trying to turn that tide of map control on his opponent. That's one of the things about going tanks, siege tanks, is it does kind of limit your mobility in a lot of regards and makes it kind of difficult to maintain map control. However, that being said, tanks do a heck of a lot of splash damage, and they are a great defensive and offensive unit. You just have to be careful of their mobility. That's the only big thing with tanks. And but with the control that MxMaSa has, you'll see him doing exactly that over and time and time again. This guy's just so good with his control. Now Sikari, while he is a relatively new player to me, I have been extremely impressed with this guy's gameplay as well. Notice that he is securing a third base, but he's one of those guys that, man, he just makes so much happen. He won our tournament, almost won our tournament the other night. He placed second, which did give him a nice prize, cash prize, as well as let us know what kind of player he is. And he's going to come out tomorrow night, I believe, to play in the tournament. Looks like MxMaSa is going to secure that third here right now. Both these guys securing those thirds right about the same time, but MxMaSa's had that orbital out way longer. So he's had a bunch of extra mules in the meantime, which has really kept his economy rocking and rolling. He is way ahead in the supply count right now. Notice what he's got in production. +1 infantry weapons about to be complete. Probably going to see, oh, there's Stimpak. He does have vehicle weapons level 1, and there's your Terran infantry armor as well is about to be complete. So he's looking great here on upgrades. Over here on Sikari's side of the map, it is Zerglings. They do have +1/+1, about to have +2/+2. Actually, here in a little while, they just started the upgrade. Notice that we're going to be grabbing some infestors here as well. Do we have Burrow on these guys? Nope, we don't. I would like to see Burrow come out. That's a really great one to have for for Zergling and infestor play. You want to be able to burrow your infestors if you need to. Try and get them out of the way of tanks where possible. Burrow is a super great tool to keep those guys out of the fire of tanks. And it forces their opponent to also, the Terran opponent to also use a lot of scans instead of using the mules, which is really what most of your Terran players want us to be spending that energy on where possible. So, but look at this army from MxMaSa. I mean, he's at 160 supply. He's got 6 tanks out on the field, a whole slew of Marines. They are about to be really beefy little guys. +2/+2 is on the way for him. And look at that. Here we go. We've got a whole bunch of lings, a whole bunch of infestors. Great scan going down here from MxMaSa. Sees exactly what's going on. It's got here a Viking. Viking going to go over here and start some harass on your overlords, it appears. Going to force his opponent to deal with those. While he is getting sneaky. Interesting. Look at this. MxMaSa cruising around the side of this tower. Doesn't want to be caught here. He wants to get out as far as he can, get close enough to his opponent's base that he's going to probably end up having to force the engagement now. It looks like he's catching wind of it here right now. All your lings now getting in position. Tank sieging up, and it is go time. Those lings actually get in pretty quick, doing a great little surround maneuver there. A lot of fungals going down. 3 tanks, however, remain, and look at that. Wow, those Marines almost died. One more fungal, and that would have been lights out for those guys. But, wow, I mean, MxMaSa cleaned that entire army up just about. He did, I mean, a couple of those infestors did make their way out. 2 freedom, 7 more infestors are on the way. Here comes your lings getting into position, and, wow, good fungal there, taking out a good bunch of those Marines, but great split there from MxMaSa. He's going to be destroying these destructible debris. And is about to start the attack, the assault on the 3rd of Sikari. Here comes your reinforcements. Looks like Stim has been utilized at least once already here for these guys. But moving forward, he's got this tank sieged up in pretty decent position. I would like to see him move over a little bit closer to this wall. Going to be a little bit safer of a spot. Zergling run by going to go down here. Going to see what kind of damage he can do while his opponent is in a forward position. Not going to be tons, you know what? I mean, looks like MxMaSa's got plenty of units here to clean these guys up. They do, however, get a snipe on a tank, and that is going to be big. Looks like this, however, the hatchery is going to go down. The lings back here did get cleaned up there fairly quickly. Hatchery here for Sikari, though, is in definite danger. A 4th and a 5th being taken here from MxMaSa. Look at how quickly this guy is expanding all across this map. Sikari down to 2 base, and he is about to be in severe trouble. Notice he did grab out a bunch of ultras here. 2 ultras indeed. He's got a heck of a lot of infestors. Here come your ultras, going to get right up in the face of these tanks. Tanks going to go down there fairly quickly. Great fungals. Going to keep those Marines from backing out. Going to see some more fungals here, I would assume, on these Marines. Look how effective these ultras are. +2/+2. They did grab that chitinous plating, giving them +5 armor. They're about to be... no, he needs to get the +3/+3 out. He hasn't started it quite yet. 3 ultras now out on the field. Notice the queens that mixed in the army. They're going to be transfusing the heck out of these ultras. And looks like Sikari going to try and make it happen here on this 2-base play now. His main is in danger of being mined out here fairly shortly. But these ultras doing a heck of a lot of damage. This guy is way ahead of his pack, though. Got himself out of position, losing a very expensive unit there to a couple Marines. So great little snipe there from MxMaSa. Looks like he is going to be pushing the attack here again. And Sikari got to be careful. Absolutely not working in his favor right now. All of his drones about to go down. This may cause a GG here at just about any moment. Notice this army here for Sikari is not that big any longer. He's backing his queens out here. Going to try and deal with this drop. But man, I tell you, what do you do in this situation? He's going to go for a major attack here. No more queens with these ultras. They are off creep. The queens would be way too slow to be useful. Another thing you can do is pack queens into your drop ships as Zerg, and that tends to be fairly effective. MxMaSa with a heck of a lot of units here, cleaning that entire attack up there fairly quickly. Got a couple lings and an ultra here. Demolishing the mineral line, actually doing a pretty decent little job, but you know what? It's not going to be enough. Just not going to be enough at this point. Sikari is going to have to rely on MxMaSa making a very large error, and I just don't see that happening at this point. Are we going to get some good fungals going down here? We don't even have any infestors in position here. Good inject, or not inject, but transfuse going down on those ultras for a little while, but now there is no longer energy on the queens. Too very bad, and it looks like that is going to be it for Sikari. His ultras killed off quite a few units, but not nearly enough. Not nearly enough. And MxMaSa just keeping his opponent stuck on the 2 base right now, checking out this main. He's only got 3 mineral patches left. They are about to be gone. And MxMaSa is in just such phenomenal shape, and there's your GG. Thank you guys for coming out. Thank you guys for watching. Game number 2 will be headed at you here in just a moment, so don't alt-tab. Always alt-Starcraft. We'll catch you guys then. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is Knack. We've got that live show match action continuing here. It is going to be on GSL's Daybreak, the official version thereof. Super excited for this one. NMxMaSa and Sikari battling it out. These guys, such highly ranked individuals, such wonderful players, and NMxMaSa on fire tonight apparently, taking down game number 1 in just beautiful style. Unbelievable play from this guy. I couldn't believe how fast he expanded. I'm still kind of geeking out almost. I mean, he just expand. He had 5 bases when his opponent had 3. Then denied 1 and putting him back down to 2. And that way, I mean, it just had to be a GG scenario there at that point. Sikari here does want to try and take that back here. It is a best of 3, so he's definitely got the skills. We've seen this guy play before. He's really a great Zerg player. Just needs to kind of catch, a little bit of metagaming type thing against NMxMaSa here. Try to figure out how to gauge NMxMaSa, what type of plays is he going to be going for here. And once he figures that out, he's going to be able to make it happen, I believe. So I'm assuming here in game number 2, we're going to see Sikari come back in a very big way. I would love to see this go to a game 3 between these guys. It's going to be such a great series if that's the case. But NMxMaSa spawning as our red Terran player down here in the bottom left-hand corner. And he's working on currently just a standard wall off. Good standard timing so far. I don't see anything strange here yet. And Sikari up here as our purple Zerg in the top right-hand corner. Looks like he's sending out a drone scout here. Wants to find out what's going on immediately, as quickly as possible. He is up to 15 supplies, so I'm going to assume at this point it is a fast expand. He's almost at 300 minerals. Here comes your drone. He's heading in the wrong direction. Oh my goodness, where is he going? He's taking a hidden third. Oh no, he's not. He was for a second. There he goes. He's going to go ahead and take it here. So a little bit of a misclick there, but it cost him maybe just a couple seconds. No big deal, but that's kind of funny to see. So funny stuff. Looks like NMxMaSa securing an expansion just before his opponent. Or no, it's slightly after. 1 second behind. Wow. Actually, are the timings different on that? I need to check. I actually never remember that. 100 on that, and it is 100 on that. So they're same timings. Yeah, it's just slightly behind here on the command center. 1 second behind. But talk about a fast expansion there from NMxMaSa. He also does have his barracks going down in great time. Second barracks at the ready as well. NMxMaSa going to be gearing up for a potential 2-racks type play, but it's not a standard 2-racks play since he did take an expansion first. Just to strike everybody. Maybe he's a little bit strange, but I'll tell you, watch these builds from both of these players. These guys are the types of players that not only can execute other people's builds very well, but they are the ones driving the entire metagame in a lot of respects. They come up with their own builds, they come up with their own timings, and then other people start to copy them. And so that's, every now and then you can just find completely new builds from these guys. And essentially that's what I'm seeing here. This is a build that I've not really ever seen before. It's a very, very fast command center. But it's NMxMaSa. What can I say? Hopefully it'll work. It looks like Sikari does have his expansion up and running here. He did get down his spawning pool as well as his extractor, mining some serious gas there. Probably going to see metabolic speed boost come out of him here in just a moment. In the meantime, we are going to have one SCV cruising out across the field. Looks like he is not going to last. Down he goes, but he did cruise up there to see what's going on. Not going to catch wind of the Roach Warren, but here comes your Roach Warren. 5 minutes in, Sikari wants to go for 2 base Roach here for now. We'll see how he's going to proceed, but I'm assuming we're going to see a Roach attack here in the near future. It looks like NMxMaSa going to start putting down a bunker. We'll see him start to macro up here just a little bit. Tossing down a 3rd Rax as well as a 4th. So going to be on 4 racks here. Notice no gas. He's gasless at this point. There goes this gas. Going to start to see some upgrades, I would assume, for his infantry as soon as that gas is complete. Bunker going to be complete, and another rack's going down. 5 and 6 racks is now going to be going down. Crazy, man. I tell you, NMxMaSa is unbelievable sometimes. Bunker now chock full of Marines for the time being. Another bunker going down. I like the positioning of that bunker. Great, great spot for that. In the meantime, Sikari is ahead in the supply count. He's got 6 roaches in production. Units tab going to show that they're relatively even in the economy, but NMxMaSa does have that mule advantage. And at this point, that is absolutely going to be playing in his favor. So good economic advantage there for NMxMaSa, tossing down an extra bunker. I think he knows exactly what his opponent's doing here. He scouted that, knows that his opponent is probably going to be going for a 2-base play. And he's tossing down the bunkers to get himself prepared. Zergling's up here on the high ground, taking down the destructible rocks, or debris I should say. Looks like we're probably going to see this roach attack, though, take place here in just a few moments. This is not the time for it, however. Marauder's now out on the field. Marauder's going to be a great counter to the roaches. Looks like Sikari going to try and find a spot to attack this wall off without being in range. Nope, he's still in range here of the Marauder. Look at that, Masa just tossing one Marauder into his bunker. He's just playing it cool right now. And the Roach is taking a little bit extra damage, but looks like they're just going to go for a contain for the time being. I like that play from Sikari. If he did commit there, I think he would have lost that entire army extremely quickly, as well as put himself behind. And right now, he does have a pretty decent position. He's not, you know, really far behind in the economy. He's actually beefed it up quite a bit. He's at 47 drones right now, 49 to 36. So picking up a harvester lead, the mules will make up a good bit of that difference there, but not all of it. So Sikari essentially has taken the economic lead. He's taking his third base. Appears to be in just fine shape defensively. I mean, the big thing here for Masa is he's got a defensive position with 3 bunkers here. He's going to be just fine. But if he moved out with just this force, the Roaches should be in decent enough position to deal with that. There's not quite enough right now, but obviously he's going to have a scout out on his opponent there. Does have these lings cruising around the center of the map, as well as some overlords. So yeah, I mean, I think Sikari in a lot of ways is kind of ahead right now. I think that was a smart play to just go over there, contain a little bit, try and do a little bit of damage, force his opponent to worry maybe a little bit. But look at this, Masa backing his barracks out. Where is he going with these? He's going to back him out to his main. He did secure his 3rd command center up here in his main, and hasn't turned it into an orbital quite yet. There it goes. There goes your orbital. He does have a starport out now, as well as a tech lab on a factory. So going to see some siege tanks here in just a few moments, I would assume. Siege tanks, always tons of fun. Tasty and good for you. That's what I call them. Oh no, maybe that's Zerglings. I take it back. Zerglings are tasty and good for you if you are a Zerg player. Oh my goodness. Hatchery, or a macro hatch going down here for Sikari. He does have a baneling nest now out on the field, as well as a spire. He's currently working on flyer attack level 1. And he's got a bunch of mutas in production. His 3rd is up and running. No mining going down here quite yet. So I would like to see that happen. I would also like to see him take his next gas. If you're going to go for those gas-heavy units and you have a 3rd base up, you know what? You might as well be mining the gas there. And a lot of times you'll see your players go for that gas first before they even hit that mineral line. Tends to be in StarCraft, man, that, you know, well, there's 2 main things. That it's generally small things that add up to make a big difference. Little small wins here and there. You don't need to have a huge engagement where you just obliterate your opponent's army. Usually if you're in that position, it means that over time you've been taking out quite a few little wins here and there to be able to put yourself in a position to take a big win. So there's that, as well as the fact that a lot of your mid to late game play depends very heavily on what gas or what you're spending your gas on. Notice we do have this Roach here in this kind of forward position. He is going to be scouting the orbital command here, but he's going to die soon, is my guess. So goodbye, little guy. Yep, there he goes. Goodbye, Roach. Looks like that one SCV there does finally go down. And your mute is now out on the field. Let the harassment begin. Looks like Sikari going to go and try and deny the 3rd here. I think this is a smart play. If he can deny the 3rd, it's going to put him in great position. But first, he's going to try and engage this army. Does get a pretty nice little surround there, but backs out, and I'm actually mystified as to why. I guess he didn't want to lose his Mutalisks, but he ended up losing them anyway. They were getting target fired there from Masa, and now he's going to deny this 3rd, at least mining of it, for just a little while. But Sikari needs to, I think, engage a little bit more strongly in some of those positions. Just backing out, like he gets 2 hits off and then backs out, is not cost effective. You've got to be able to kill quite a few of the units if you're going to attack at all, or just don't attack it and just back out immediately or as soon as you see those army coming at you. But if you're going to get a surround, you may as well stick with it. But that's okay. I mean, he's not in bad shape here. Maybe he's just trying to bait his opponent out of there, out of position for just a moment. Looks like that might be exactly what he's doing. He is ahead in the supply count, so we've got to give him that. He's producing a lot of mutas and a lot of lings, grabbing pretty decent upgrades. He's got +2 flyer attack on the way, melee attack level 1. And if look at this on MxMaSa's side of the map, though. Another command center going down. He's going to be securing a 4th, but here comes an attack from Sikari. He's going to go ahead and snipe a tank here. Nice little snipe, taking out some Marines and Marauders. Here comes the main echelon of those units, though. Marines and Marauders, though, cruising in. Looks like they're going to corner these poor Zerglings and take them down. Tastes like chicken, they say, and they just roast them up. Stick them in their little helmets there and chonk away. They love eating Zerglings up. Nice defense here from MxMaSa. He appears to be in just fine shape. He's grabbing good upgrades. +2/+2 is on the way for his infantry. +1 weapons. Also for his tanks. And that's looking pretty good. The 4th base going down here for Sikari is going to be really nice. He's trying to keep a lot of pressure on MxMaSa right now. Doesn't want MxMaSa to have free reign to start expanding out across this map and moving his units out across the map. But look at this. MxMaSa getting forceful here is going to try and secure that 4th base. In the meantime, Muta's cruising in. Looks like they are going to try and focus down this missile turret. Is it going to happen? It does not look like it. Great heal going down on that, or great repair I should say, going down on there. Here comes your Mutas right over top of another missile turret, and that is painful. Those Mutas, got to be careful, man. You don't want to be losing too many of them. Does have a good couple lings here at the ready. Not going to be enough to deal with those Marines. Muta's cruising in here, picking up a good couple kills on those SCVs, and now going to try and take out missile turrets. Nope, they're backing out. And actually taking some devastating hits from those missile turrets. Gotta be careful of those missile turret placements. Sikari's still ahead in the supply count. He does need to be careful. MxMaSa's got a scary unit composition right now for him. It's going to require good micro and great engagement positioning for Sikari, and he needs to be able to start forcing that here fairly soon. Does have some banelings and lings out. More banelings on the way right now. Looks like MxMaSa going to be cruising forward. Is he going to bypass this 4th? It appears that he is. A couple roaches here going to slow down the army. Here comes your banelings and Zerglings. Banelings do go off on a couple of those Marines. That tank up there getting surrounded. Looks like he's not going to last. But he does pick up a lot of kills. There he goes. He finally dies. Nicely done there from Sikari, clearing out that army. MxMaSa back down to 104 supply. He is going to send out all of his reinforcements up here to this position, I believe. He's going to start trying to defend this planetary fortress. But here comes the attack from Sikari. Sikari going to cruise right in with these lings. Doesn't want to engage the planetary fortress with his lings. He's going to go ahead and deny these tanks. Beautiful little play there. Oh, he didn't even get the kill there. Oh, I hardly even saw those Marines, but they just demolished those guys. And now Sikari going to have to back out here. He's got to be careful. But that was a great little engage spot there for MxMaSa. Turn the tide there a little bit. MxMaSa is still a little bit behind in the supply count. But your destructible debris is going to go down. Looks like it's time for that to end. Nicely done. Cool. So your tanks here at the ready. Looks like they're going to start moving forward. And here I think we're going to go for another push for MxMaSa. Interestingly enough, so Sikari, though, I think has got a decent enough amount of lings and banelings where he should be able to take this down. Notice he does have +1 attack and +2 armor on these little critters. These cute little green cuddly bugs. Oh, they look like fried cockroaches. And here comes the attack on the 4th. Difficult position to hold. I mean, it's always a tough position. 4th is absolutely going to get blasted away. Sikari not in position to take units to defend this. He just isn't. Tank sieged up in great position here. Looks like these guys are going to die. Here come your lings and banelings getting the flank on the tanks. Wow, I'm actually fairly surprised there. Sikari did a great job cleaning that up. I'll eat my words on that one, but I mean, there's still these Marines here. But I'm surprised at how few there are left. It's a very, very small army. Looks like he will clean it up. He may even save this hatchery. Wouldn't that be interesting? Yes, he does save the hatchery. He is ahead in the supply count, only by about 20 there, but still that works for him. Any little bit counts at this point. Probably going to see him secure another base here in just a moment, but MxMaSa happily mining with this planetary fortress for now. Checking on that units tab, 68, 71 SCVs to 76 drones. And here comes your attack. Looks like we're going to hit We're going to hit the third and this position here. Where are these Lings going, man? I'd rather see those guys on A move. Rather see him on A move. Looks like the main attack, though, is going down here at the third of NMxMaSa. A lot of Marines dying here. And look at that, engaging headlong with these Mutalisks against Marines. Usually not advisable, but if they are in these numbers with these current upgrades, sometimes it's a very doable thing. They will deny this orbital command. That is going to put NMxMaSa back down to 3 mining base. His main is still mining, so he's doing great job there. Look at this, NMxMaSa saying, oh man, I lost a base. I better build 2 more. So he's going to pop down 2 more command centers here. Man, Sikari seems to be in fairly decent shape. He is keeping his opponent stuck back on his side of the map, taking out a bunch of units here and there. He's keeping the army count low for NMxMaSa over and over again. Takes a lot of work to make this happen, but he's doing a great job of it. Ooh, denies this one. Cancellation for this one on NMxMaSa, so that was a good deal. But the third completely denied here again for NMxMaSa. Sikari doing a great job. I like this play from him. He is securing his 5th base. Currently up and running. Is going to get some mining done there fairly quickly. And here comes all of your Lings. And Mutas. Great scan going down is going to reveal the back out of Sikari. But here they come nonetheless. Tank's going to go ahead and siege up. This guy is in range of that hatchery. Zergling's coming in, getting a great surround on this infantry. Taking out quite a few there. But NMxMaSa now with still plenty of units in this forward position, may be in position enough to deny this hatchery. A lot of Marines here, should be able to take it out. I would like to see a stim go down and go ahead and deny it. But Sikari cruising to the back is going to try and deny tanks, but runs into way too many Marines to deal with. NMxMaSa with a great forward position here. I think that Sikari is going to have to come back and defend this with even his Mutas. Doesn't quite have enough Lings and Banelings here, I don't think. Especially against these tanks. They do have +2 out. +3/+3 on the Marines. And it's beautiful. Great control, great splitting. Banelings do pick up a couple extra kills here and there, but not tons. Looks like Sikari, however, will be able to clean it up with the rest of his Lings. Nicely done. And now he's got these Mutas chasing down your Medivacs. Medivacs not going to last much longer. NMxMaSa did secure his other base. He does have it mining now. And he's going to back out here, trying to get defensive again. Sikari way ahead in the supply count. 167 or 172 to 118. Man, beautiful. So game number 2 could be going in favor of Sikari. I would say that he definitely has a lead at this point. He's playing this one extremely well. The trouble for him is this planetary right now. This planetary really keeping NMxMaSa in the game. If he could deny this planetary, then NMxMaSa might fall behind quickly enough where it would just be a very fast GG type scenario. But Sikari now backing out. He's still trying to keep his Mutas alive. He's got 10 more in production, but he's lost a lot of them. Has engaged quite a few Marines here and there. And that tends to be not healthy for those Mutalisks. Units therefore NMxMaSa do go down, and Sikari does have great positioning. He is retaking this 5th base. Retook this base. It is obviously way hurt, but he's got mining done, and 2 bases still here fairly well. His main is completely mined out, as is his natural. But nice looking unit composition. Here comes your big push again from NMxMaSa. NMxMaSa with a Thor out on the field. A smart little play there. Should be able to deal with those Mutalisks that much better. Good bunch of Marines and a couple tanks. But look at this. Sikari going to go ahead and deny the 5th base of NMxMaSa. And NMxMaSa does deny the 5th base of Sikari. My goodness, a tongue twister. Denies that base again, and is now going to come up here and deny this base. And this is a big pick for NMxMaSa. This puts Sikari way behind right now. He's going to try and evacuate these drones. He can't really afford to lose them here. He's going to try and save those guys' lives. He does have a good bunch of Lings and Banelings over here. Going to deny this base from NMxMaSa. NMxMaSa is about to be mined out in his natural, his main, almost as much there. And he's only got this one mining base. This base right now is holding pretty decent amount of minerals, but Sikari's got to get to mining on another one. And there's your Thor, but look at this Banelings, great split on these Marines, and looks like NMxMaSa starting to turn the tide here. He's got these Marines in phenomenal position. If he can deny this base, This could be GG. I mean, that is the only mining base right now for Sikari. And that is going to mean two games in a row potentially here for NMxMaSa to take down the win. Unbelievable, this guy. And Sikari just can't really engage at this position. There's so many Marines, so much AA. He's got so many Mutalisks in this army. He's going to try and hold this off, but he's not doing any mining right now. And that is something that NMxMaSa is doing a heck of a lot of. Here comes your mule's going to get some repairs down on the Thor. It needs to get those on repair. You have to turn them on automatic. There you go. He's got them on automatic now. Got to turn them on. There's the GG from Sikari. Thank you guys for coming out. Thank you guys for watching. NMxMaSa taking it down 2 games in a row. Beautiful play. Thanks so much to Sikari, though. I mean, he's really a phenomenal player. Gave us quite a show there. Beautiful, beautiful games. But don't alt tab always on Starcraft. We'll see you guys in our next match.